What's up guys, my name is Faisal Al-Edaily and welcome back to another episode of Celestia. Today we're going to be visiting or exploring the nearest star systems to Earth, the 7 nearest to be exact. Now, the exact number of stars, there's going to be 12 stars in the solar system. And before we get into the video, I just want to say a thank you to your support. Last Celestia video we got like 16 likes and I'm very happy to see that. Today, let's try getting 20 likes. Let's set like a like goal. 20 likes, I think we can do it, right? So, I'll check every day and we'll see if we reach it. Now, without further ado, let's get to the video. First of all, we have the Centauri system, which is Alpha Centauri, Proxima Centauri, and basically that's it. Alpha Centauri A and B, which you can see them orbiting around each other. They're in a binary relationship system. If we speed things up using L, you can now see them orbiting around each other, which is really cool. Let's slow things down and let's see them. So we have Rajal Centaurus, which is basically just Alpha Centauri A. So here it is. It's a star that is a bit bigger and a bit more luminous than the sun, and it's pretty similar temperature to the sun. So if this was swapped by the sun, Earth would be very hot, but life would still be in here. Maybe like in Antarctica, it would be good temperature. And here's Alpha Centauri B, which it's a little smaller than the sun, and less bright and luminous and less massive. Here it is. And let's see. So Alpha Centauri A and B are orbiting around each other. And if we go far over here, we're going to see Proxima, which is Proxima Centauri. So it is orbiting around the two stars. And it's the small one. It's the red dwarf. And I love how red dwarfs look like in space, the space simulation Celestia. I said this in my other video. They just look really cool. I like these sunspots. Let's slow things down. And you can also see the planets orbiting around it. So we have Proxima Centauri D. Okay, wow, I'm very bad at clicking this. If you press space, you can also stop time, which is really cool. Okay, so here is Proxima Centauri D. It's pretty close to Proxima Centauri, like the star. Its temperature is around like 325 Kelvin. It is dropping because I guess we're at winter right now. So that's basically it, and it's basically just a blank rocky planet. It's smaller than Earth, actually much smaller than Earth. Its mass is around a quarter of the mass of Earth. And we also have Proxima Centauri B here. Let's see Proxima Centauri B. This one's pretty cool. It's further away from the sun, I guess Proxima Centauri. It has a pretty similar mass to Earth. It's a little bigger than Earth in radius and mass, and it has a pretty similar density. It is pretty cold though. Now next we have Barnard's star. This is the second nearest red dwarf to the Earth. So here's Barnard's star. It's basically just another red dwarf, and the red dwarfs aren't very luminous. So if you can see here at the top left, luminosity is 0.000448 times the sun. So that's why red dwarfs, you could probably not even see this. You need a telescope to see this since it's so not luminous, so not bright. And we do have a planet orbiting around Barnard's star B. It's a pretty small planet, but it's very hot. It's orbiting like maybe, well, if we go to the surface and then we go to Barnard's star. Wait, let me try. It's only 3 million kilometers away from the sun, or its star, I guess, which is very, very close. It may seem like a lot, but that's very, very close. So next we have Luhman 16. This is not technically a star. There are two stars orbiting around each other. They're a binary system, but they're not technically a star. They are brown dwarfs. So we have Luhman 16A, and it's not a star, but I wanted to show you guys because this is the closest brown dwarf to Earth, and brown dwarfs in Celestia look absolutely, like, they look very beautiful. Look at this, and the color is actually really cool. The radius is 10% of the sun because they're very small, and the luminosity is like 0.0001% of the sun. We could definitely not see this with our eyes. Even with like a telescope, maybe even like 10 magnitude. Well, this is probably like, I feel like this should be like a planet. It shouldn't be a star, but it is technically a star. But it's a planet too at the same time. And you can also see these orbiting around each other in a binary system. Wait, I have time paused. Okay, whoops, that's very fast. So here it is. Okay, let's now go to Gliese 406. This is another very close system to Earth. Here it is. So it's another red dwarf. It's basically just like a red dwarf. It's just kind of boring. You can see its rotational period is actually pretty similar to the Earth. It's exactly the same as Earth. It's 24 hours, which is really cool. And that's basically it for Gliese 406. There's not really anything we could talk about it. Its luminosity is not very high because it's a red dwarf. Surface temperature 2800 Kelvin because it's a red dwarf too. Next we have Gliese 411. This is also another red dwarf, but this one does have planets. So this is Gliese 411, another red dwarf. A little bigger than the last one, Gliese 406. We have a planet orbiting very close to Gliese 411. It's a big planet actually. It's 2.7 times the mass of Earth, and it's like 1.5 times bigger. So it is denser too. That's pretty cool. I like that. The next one, it's very far away and it's very cold. But ooh, I like these clouds. These are some cool cloud formation. But you can see here, it's a huge planet. It's 13.6 times more massive than the Earth. And it's about the size of Neptune, just a bit smaller. Okay, so that's it for Gliese 411. I really like these. Next we have Sirius A and B. These two, whoops, I didn't search it. These two are actually like very bright stars, or actually just Sirius A. It's the brightest star in the night sky, and it's also the closest white dwarf to us. Sirius B is the closest white dwarf to us. And they're in a binary system too. So we can see them orbiting around each other. Wait. Here it is. Okay. Next we have Sirius A. Let's take a look at Sirius A. Here's Sirius A. It's a white dwarf and it's very blue. It is a blue to white dwarf. And blue, like white to blue stars are usually the hottest. So you can see the surface temperature is 9300. The red dwarfs were like at what, 2800, I think? One of them were like 2800. So that's why this one's much hotter, because it's in that white to blue range. Yellow stars, like the sun, is like a medium. It's like between 4000 to 7000 Kelvin. Red stars, red dwarfs, are from not red dwarfs only, I guess, red supergiants and giants, from 2000, or actually 1500 to 4000s. So that's how the range of colors in stars are, and temperatures. And the luminosity of the star is 23 times the sun, so that's a lot of energy. It's a bit bigger and more massive than the sun. Next we have Sirius B. This is a white dwarf, which means it's very hot. You can see 25,000 kilometers, and this is about the size of Venus, a little smaller, and its rotation period is only 30 minutes, because white dwarfs do spin pretty fast, usually. I'm moving only 100 times faster, and you can easily see it moving. That's how slow it is. So that's it for Sirius. I think this is the last one, Gliese 65, or Louis 10 72 6-8. Gliese 65 is much easier. So we have this one. It's a red dwarf, I think. Yeah, it is a red dwarf. Here it is, just a basic cool red dwarf. Its rotation period is only 5 hours, so the Earth is 24. This one's only 5, so it does rotate pretty slowly. And then we have the other one, and this is also a binary system. Lots of the systems near us are pretty, like, all of them are binary for some reason. Not all of them, I guess. Some of them are on their own. Okay, this one's basically the same thing. So they have the same characteristics. I mean, they're definitely different, but this one's also 5 hours. So they're like twin stars, basically. They do have some differences, though. But that's it for Gliese 65, and that's also it for today's video. So if you enjoyed it, feel free to hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.